And welcome back after the break. That was such an insightful session, wasn't it? For those who just join us, welcome. I'm absolutely delighted to introduce Krystian Bergmann, AI Consulting Lead at Netguru. Hello, Krystian. Good to have you here.
Hello, Tomek. Thanks for having me. Again
And
today.
today thanks. And today we'll dive into applied AI in action. So drawing from three cases we've recently delivered for our clients. But first, Krystian, let's kick off with an interesting question. What, in your view, is the most significant difference between traditional custom software development and AI-driven software development?
So I would say that in many cases the process is very similar, in fact, because this is again a piece of software, right? At the end of the day, AI is a part of software. But what makes it really different is that we need to get back again to this very solid lean approach, which is experimenting a lot. And the main reason for that is AI is still on the experimental phase, right? We will show a couple of experiments here as well while I'm changing the slides. But basically, the main thing is that since this is again technology that is not very commonly used, we still experiment a lot, which makes it really different than the domains that we already knew in mobile software development or web development, backend development even. So again, non-deterministic experimental technology very often.
Okay, so I think that may be one of the reasons that many people are still skeptical about AI's ability to deliver tangible outcomes. However, we would like to share some solutions that not only worked in theory, but also brought some real measurable results. So we'll share partly our R&D prototypes and also some things that we have delivered for our clients. So let's start with the first case. What is it?
Yeah, correct. So as you mentioned, since we often say that this is like Gen AI is still experimental, but there are very practical use cases that we've witnessed during the way since last 2 years, and there are already super practical implementation. And the first one is basically for retail, e-commerce, offline commerce, traditional retail kind of assistance, right? So the problem that we are trying to solve over here is how to provide seamless product support, on a website, right? And we, of course, are all aware about the chatbots. By the way, I'm not a huge fan of chatbots, but this is very specific case where there is the assistant. It can be LLM driven or like AI driven, which makes it really much better than the ones that we previously known, right? So basically, this is a personalized shopping assistant or personalized categories shopping assistant. So it gives the user support on the go and can provide basically category advisory. So whether I'm looking for, I don't know, car rental or multi-cooker or gaming console, it can gives me the assistance on the entire portfolio. It can literally advise me how I can, what's my best fitted, solution to buy. So
Mhm.
it's
So
not,
instead,
yeah,
sorry for interrupt.
yeah,
Instead of like going through filters, because we are used to having filters on the e-commerce, right? So sort it out like the from cheapest to the most expensive one.
yeah.
Let me show the ones with the highest ranking from the users. So we can have it instead of going through the filters, we can ask questions as if we were talking to a person.
Exactly. And like assuming that you want to buy a vacuum cleaner, so usually you would like, I don't know, go to me and ask, "Hey Christian, I want to buy, vacuum cleaner. I have a like two dogs, right? A big house. What would you recommend? And I would like ask, okay, it's like, do you look for like my more like a budget option or like, super premium efficient device? And so this is kind of conversation, as you mentioned, with a human being, right? Not only kind of keywords filtering operations, right? So, and this is where AI with this huge context abilities driven by large language model is very efficient and very helpful and super practical, right?
Sounds like it. After the Black Weeks,
Yeah,
Cyber Monday sounds like something that would work. And this is the very easy, simplified chart of how it
how
works,
we
right?
did it. Yeah. Exactly. This is like very common, let's say, adoption pattern, which is called RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation, very often used for context building around domain with a lot of documents. In case of personalized shopping assistants, the context is usually technical documentation, product cards, manual instructions around products. So we are using that to give you this retrieval around what is optimal solution for you. But also there is this market context, like, hey, I'm looking more for like budget option, and then system based on actual Black Friday, Cyber Monday recommendation. It can gives you, hey, this is like the best fitted budget option for you today, because this is the product that we want to promote. So we are not only retrieving, but basically augmenting the context based on actual marketing strategy of the e-commerce.
Okay, so budget fit sounds very interesting, but I understand I need to provide the budget, or should I
Yeah.
connect my bank account to the
Whoa, that would
LLM?
be a next step. But if with the virtual currencies, that would be definitely possible. But right now, from the security perspective, we mostly relying on your input on that matter.
Okay, okay. And the next case would be about speech to text help desk.
Yeah.
Help desk, yeah.
Exactly. So that might be a mystery name, but basically the main problem that we are trying to solve is somehow similar, but also very relevant, which is around help desk operations. By the way, we see a lot of Gen AI traction and interests specifically for all kind of support services, help desk technical support, tier 1, tier 2 technical support, internal technical support, right? So the problem that we are solving here is not help desk itself with the GPT engine or with large language model, but rather assessing and objectively reviewing help desk performance, right? So let's assume that you in your company have already some kind of help desk services with voice, and we want to verify whether basically it's going according to your script. It's what is the sentiment of the person? Are there any kind of actionable insights? What are the key items that people are asking for? What is there again, like pains and problems that they are reporting? So this is actually speech to text system connected with large language model that assessing the actual conversation and summarizing arguments, disagreements, agreements of the person that is calling. So to the person that is like a help desk manager, it allows to verify how the entire help desk is performing. Are they going to according to a script? So if like I'm the product manager or head of technology, I can also get the insights on how my product is performing, what people are reporting. So this is like a high level overview on what is actually happening there.
Yeah, so I can imagine this can be extremely useful for like telecom industry, for
Yeah,
telecoms, for insurance as
exactly.
well.
So basically everywhere where you have some kind of mobile phone kind of live voice assistant, right? You mentioned about telcos business, definitely yes. Banking, insurance, right? Hey, I want to claims, some or report some problems. But basically, everywhere where we have a help desk services or voice services to the customer, and we want to assess that, we want to verify the actual quality.
Okay, how does it work? Let's see what's behind the scenes.
Yeah, so the original basically idea is quite similar. So there is a text to speech or speech to text, in this case, engine that create the transcription, and then the actual text is analyzed by large language model and compared to actual script. And again, since LLMs are very efficient in context retrieval, it can summarize the information and basically analyze the basic sentiment of what was said by the customer and compare it with some original samples or with original sources. And
Okay,
then,
so okay,
yeah,
so sorry. So the operator here is human, right? So
yeah,
the LLM does the work, pre-work, like the hearing to the complaint, right? Listening to the complaint, analyzing, comparing, and then giving the some kind of output or suggestions. Not
yeah.
making decision, but suggestions, what's really happening and what should be the next possible best action.
What should be the next steps. And in this very case, basically, it helps manager to analyze what happened on the call.
Okay. Okay, so it helps managers review what was happening and how the customer care
Exactly.
went. Okay, great.
And on the large scale, it's just super efficient instead of people, supervising and hearing all the recordings by themselves.
Okay, and the third case that we would like to share today is about I see generative product description. So I believe it's again something related to e-commerce.
Yeah, to e-commerce and, let's say, SEO friendly content building, I would say. So usually this is specifically for the e-commerce domain. So if there is some, let's say, store with hundreds of thousands of, SKUs of products, usually it is a very big challenge to provide some engaging, product description, and that product description that will be search engines optimizations friendly. So we've also verified to what extent you can automate that based only on very generic keywords. And again, since LLMs were designed to generate content, text content in this case, this is very efficient engine to propose those content to the operator. What is also very interesting is that we verified the actual quality with the companies that are specialized with the SEO content generations and with the copywriters, and that said that basically this was very, like, it was totally good enough to use operationally, even considering SEO optimization. So for all e-commerces that needs to generate product description, it was super efficient. And the way how it works, it actually can work on, as I mentioned, very raw, very basic product categories description, because if we are offering like 1000 t-shirts, it's usually we don't have 1000 unique product descriptions, right? Usually it will be like a color, sizes, brand, some very generic product specification, right? And based on that, uh, like for 1000 t-shirts, this engine can generate 1000 unique product description that will be SEO and content or copywriting kind of friendly, and
Oh,
with
yeah.
translation
Sorry.
if needed. Yeah,
Yeah, like translation is so for like creating many local in local
exactly,
languages, right? So
exactly, exactly.
localization, so to speak. Okay, I think we're having one more minute. So thank you, Krystian, for this super short but very insightful, I hope, session. It was for me. As always, our conversation are eye-opening. If you would like to know more, find us on LinkedIn, like find Netguru or find Krystian or me. We are super eager to jump on a call and explain in more details how it does it work, what we've already discovered, what we've already developed. Some cases need to be obviously anonymized, but we can share our experiences. We're super happy to do so. And in the meantime, please download our free ebook on AI assistance for process optimization, when you can also find some insights not only from Netguru but also from the external experts. And I think a good gift for at the end of this year from the bottom of our hearts from Netguru. Thank you, Krystian, for this session.
Thank you very much, Tomek.
Yeah, see you soon. Enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.